Good morning, everybody. My name is Sydney and I'm an urban farmer. Welcome to my very first YouTube video. I'm so excited to be starting this channel. On this channel you can expect pretty much everything from tours around my farm, a day in my life videos, which is hopefully what today will kind of end up being, as well as some more in-depth things having to do with specific crops, specific pest issues, my practices. Spoiler alert, I am completely organic and GMO free with my seeds. And then also just things about how I deal with issues having to do with the fact that my farm is actually 15 minutes away from my house, not on my property, but I start my seeds back on my property, so tons of different information coming your way. Hopefully it'll be a little bit entertaining, a little bit educational, and a little bit just some fun for you to enjoy. So whether you live near me and you've seen me at the Milford Farmers Market, or whether you're from across the country and you're just looking for something interesting, a little bit of inspiration, I'm glad that you're here. So I'm actually in my truck. I just got to the farm, starting off the day a little bit late today. I think it's around 9 or 9:30 a.m. Had some stuff to do back at the house, and it's also a weirdly cold and rainy day today, so definitely starting a few hours later than I normally would. But I'm excited to bring you along. It's a good overcast day, so I'm hoping it'll be a good day to record a little bit of video. So yesterday was Monday, and I took a farm walk. I walked all around the property, looked under leaves for different pests, which I did find. I'll talk about those in a future video. Looked at some different deficiencies. My garlic was struggling. A couple other things needed done. I just made a lot of notes, and then from those notes I make my to-do list for the week. But before I get started on a lot of that to-do list, it is officially the time of year I need to roll out my drip irrigation. I've never done drip before. I really wanted to, but this year is my first year doing it, and honestly I have no idea what I'm doing. So I bought a kit from DripWorks. It's in the garage here, and I'm going to go get that out and start laying it out and see if I can kind of get that figured out for the day. That's my main goal for the day, is to get drip rolled out. So why don't you come along with me? So on my way over to the garage, I will just explain. Like I said, my farm is not on my actual property. It's actually on the property of the church that my husband is the youth pastor at. So this is Commerce Church of the Nazarene, and this is my third of an acre that I get to farm on. So the church has also been gracious enough to allow me to use their garage to store things like my tiller. We have a gravely that we use the plow implement on, as well as some equipment, you know, straw bales, things like that, basic gardening tools, and then as of last week, my drip irrigation. So this is my main line, and I'm gonna go try to roll it out where I think it belongs and see if I can figure out how to work all this stuff. I'm gonna grab the instructions and look at that along the way because I have no idea what I'm doing. All right, it's about 10:15 now, and I think I'm starting to get the hang of rolling out this drip line. It was a little bit confusing at first, but I think I'm kind of getting it. I've got it down here, and then there's these little staples that come with it. I can't pull that one up. I'll get another one and show you. These staples right here. So you stick it in the ground and it holds the hose against the ground where it's supposed to go. Also, it came in a roll, so it's kind of difficult to keep it laid out because it wants to just be like a slinky and go back up. But I think I'm getting it. I only have it in like this center couple hundred or like 100 feet of the farm instead of on the ends, and the reason for that is that's where my tomatoes and peppers and ground cherries and things like that are gonna go, and so that's what I really want the drip irrigation for. Everything else I pretty much top water. In fact, if this was a typical day, then that would have been the first thing that I did this morning, is get out my sprinkler, my hose system. That's a whole nother thing. I will have to do another video and show you guys how that works because that's a crazy ordeal. But it's been raining like crazy this week. So it rained all night last night. It's super overcast and cloudy today. It's supposed to rain this afternoon, so I'm not gonna bother with that. So anyway, I will finish laying that out. Wow, I am really bad at holding the camera. I swear I'll get better in time. Anyway, finish laying that out. give you an update. Yeah. There are so many parts. I'm very overwhelmed. There's this weird thing that looks like it's a toilet part. Got this little doohickey. All of these little thingamajigs. This, I don't know why, but mildly terrifying tool. I think this, yeah, this is for punching holes so that I can attach these maybe? I've got like a bajillion of those. And it's raining. Welcome to spring in Michigan. Nothing is reliable. This thingy, which don't know what that is. Just got a lot of learning to do. Oh, more doohickeys. Wish me luck. So this is the time of morning when I usually have a little snack anyway, but I was going to keep working and kind of get more of that done before snack time, but it's raining. For those of you who don't know, my lovely Ford Ranger here, love you, is basically my office on wheels. So when I'm out working, this is where snack time happens. Today, I am eating cashews, unsalted. Because the salted ones just have way too much salt on them, you know? Oh, I also have fruit, some lovely nectarines, and peaches. No, not peaches. Mangoes. I'm not stupid, I swear. Pretty good. Okay, so for the most terrifying task of the day, I need to cut this. I should probably not be holding a video camera while I do it, but I'm going to because, you know, get those views. Oh, I hope that's what I was supposed to do. Hashtag no turning back. So as a kid, I was never very good at Legos because I liked the creative ability to just do whatever I wanted, and I hated following directions. But today I'm very grateful for directions while assembling this craziness. So I did the most terrifying thing ever and cut the main line. So I've got these two ends now. Can't really hold that up because it's attached, but I've got these two ends here, and I'm going to attach them to the bottom of this, and that way I'll be able to turn on half of it at a time, and if the water pressure is too low, which can happen here sometimes since I'm on a well, I'll be able to still water everything. It'll just be like half and half situation. So what I'm gonna do now is attach this assembly. I've got at the bottom here the connector and then some sort of filter thingy-majigger, I think. And then this is definitely a filter. You can't really see in there, but there's a filter and some sort of pressure regulation and all sorts of good stuff that I don't really understand, and I'm really grateful that the good people at DripWorks do understand. I'm gonna attach the two ends of this main line to that, and then cap off the other, like the opposite ends of the main line with this little guy, so that obviously water doesn't flow out of it. And then this will be what I hook up to the hose. Very complicated, but should automate my life a little bit and make things a lot easier in the long run. So here I go. All right, I got this whole thing set up so I can attach the hose here when it's time to do so. It runs all the way down that way and all the way down this way. And I also used this little tool to get, oh, here's the end of it. It's a sharp, pointy, circular end to punch some teeny tiny little holes, and that is where I will attach the emitters to attach the drip tape, which will run down here for tomatoes. Hey guys, this is Sydney from the future. Since this is my first video, I totally screwed up. I don't know how to work my phone camera or any other camera. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, this I'm inserting here to let you know that what I did say in the video that I made at this point was that I'm going home. It was only like 12:30, which is super early for me. Usually I'd stay out there till 3:30 or 4. That's a pretty typical day, but it's weird weather today, and Tuesdays are kind of weird because it's the day before I spend all day harvesting and washing. So I ended up heading home, and what you'll see in the next clip is I did do a bunch of work in the hoop house. Once I'm done editing this video and putting it up, I'm also going to be working in the garage, and that's my whole post-harvest area. I'll try to make a video about that sometime, but getting that all cleaned up for tomorrow. So anyway, that was the missing clip, just letting you know that I was on my way home. Carry on. Alright, just got home and I am in my hoop house now. All the shelves are gone from here, but there's usually shelves. They're actually out here. I had to clean them off, so they're all just laying on the ground right now. But inside my hoop house, I have all of the plants that are left in here on the ground. Most stuff is already in the field back at the farm, what you just saw this morning. But I still have a few like hot weather crops like my tomatoes and peppers that weren't quite ready yet. So hopefully after I get all that drip I was working on this morning, all of that drip system put in, these guys will be ready to go in the ground. So I am going to grab the hose and water in here and just check on how things are doing. I did just plant some new lettuce flats the other day, and I'm gonna check and see if there are any sprouts, but I kind of think they might need a couple more days, so we will see. Not really much. Oh, well, hey there, little guy. What about these ones? No. So if you follow me on Instagram, which by the way, it's just at Golgi Farm, you will have seen a picture of just like the grass on the ground in here was like a few feet tall. Okay, that's probably a little bit dramatic, but it was like probably like 2 feet tall. So that's why I have all this cardboard on the ground and that random bucket over there. I'm not just like ultra disorganized. It's there to cover up the grass because I'm still looking for more cardboard. So luckily the middle here where I walk tends to kind of get kicked around, and it stays pretty short, but the rest of it goes crazy. So I'm trying to kill the grass in here, and then I'll probably put down straw or wood chips before fall comes around, but that's why it looks like a little bit of mess in my hoop house. Also, if anybody's wondering, we built this ourselves. My husband Matt and I designed it. I can kind of show you. Here's what it looks like. So we just built a wooden base and then bent hoops out of conduit, and then made a little door frame and some other main structure pieces, and then this is just 6mm greenhouse poly, couldn't think of what that was called, that we put over the top and attached just with a staple gun. And then this bottom part here is supposed to be able to be rolled up when it's hot inside, but still working on some design flaws there, so there are some kind of funny areas going on, but that's basically the gist of it. So I'm going to go ahead and head in the house and send a couple of emails to a restaurant that I will be selling my produce to really soon. And then I'll catch you guys up in a little bit. So it is afternoon now, and not really a typical day, so I guess day in my life video, this kind of is not, but it's a day in my life today. It's today in my life, something like that. Normally I would be at the farm until 3:30 or 4. I think I got home at 4:30 last night, which is pretty late considering I go to bed at like 8 or 8:30, but today was just weird. The weather was a little bit weird. I have some kind of weird tasks to do instead of the normal stuff, so I'm actually sitting here editing photos, because when you are an urban farmer and you run your own business, you are in charge of your own marketing. So editing some pictures I took this morning of the farm. It was a good lighting day, so took some pretty cute pics. Gonna edit those and save them so that I can use them for marketing in the near future. And then I have some other just stuff to do on my computer, and honestly, I've got like a tiny bit of a headache, so I'm kind of feeling the chill office work kind of day. Gonna do a little bit of accounting, gonna make a sign with my logo on it for the restaurant that I will soon be selling to. More info to come your way. And then I'm gonna go on my computer and figure out how in the world to put clips like this together and make a YouTube video, because as you have figured out, I have no clue what I'm doing. So definitely stay tuned for more videos if you were in the slightest entertained by this. But I'm really glad that you're here. I'm really glad that I'm getting to do this. I think it's gonna be really fun. And I hope that I can, you know, learn a new skill. Maybe I'll figure out how to hold a camera without cutting my head off the entire time. If you guys have any questions about my farm or what I do or why in the world I made this video or anything in the video, please comment below. I would love to hear all of those. And you guys will be hearing from me in the future, whether you want to or not. Hopefully by the next video I will have a much better sign off, but for now, thanks for visiting my farm. No. Thanks for watching? No, that sounds like a news anchor. Until next time, go grow something.